How many different kinds of elm can we identify with a hand lens? I'm Frank Owens from the Wood Identification Team at Mississippi State University. In this series of videos, we'll teach you how to identify North American woods the scientific way, with a small magnifying glass called a hand lens. In our previous video, we taught you how to identify red oak and white oak. In this video, we'll teach you about 3 different kinds of elm and show you how to tell them apart. Elm is not nearly as popular as red oak and white oak, but is one of my favorite woods because of its beautiful grain. Moderately heavy and hard, elms can be used for furniture and a variety of decorative applications. Like red oak and white oak, elms can be divided into species groups. The genus Ulmus contains many different species of elm. You can broadly divide those species into 2 main groups, the soft elms and the hard elms. The hard elms cannot be anatomically distinguished from each other. As for the soft elms, one species can be differentiated from the rest, which leaves us with 3 distinct groups, the hard elms, American elm, and the rest of the soft elms. In this video, we'll show you how to identify American elm and the hard elms. We'll leave the rest of the soft elms for next time so we can compare them to a look-alike wood called hackberry. As we suggested in the previous video, please remember when you view your wood specimens under a hand lens to orient them with the rays running vertically and the growth rings running horizontally. This will make it easier to compare them to the images you see in my slides and your wood anatomy reference book. All references to vertical and horizontal in my videos will assume this same ray and growth ring orientation as in the images. We'll see many features of American elm and hard elm today, but let's start by previewing the most important ones, the ones you should commit to memory. We'll start with the features that these 2 elm groups share. Both woods are ring porous and have a single row of early wood pores. Additionally, they both have horizontal, that is tangential, wavy bands of pores in their late wood. Wavy bands of pores are so characteristic of elm that they are sometimes called ulmiform, which sounds like the genus Ulmus. With the exception of hackberry, which we'll cover next time, no other North American commercial woods have wavy tangential pore bands. As for contrasting features that distinguish American elm from hard elms, there are 2 important ones: early wood pore size and whether the row of early wood pores is continuous or discontinuous. Keep these lists of most important common and contrasting features in mind as we look at these and other features in detail. Now let's take a closer look. We'll start with some of the shared physical characteristics. The heartwood of both American and hard elms is light brown to brown with a reddish tinge. While hard elms are typically heavier and harder, American elm is more moderate in both characteristics. Next, let's look at some anatomy. We'll start on the tangential surface. Both elms have what we call uneven grain. That means you can clearly see a visual contrast between the early wood and the late wood on the tangential surface. Now let's move to the radial face. While you might notice some ray fleck in both images, the flecks are not big and prominent like we saw in the oaks, so there really isn't much to remember on the radial face. Finally, let's look at some transverse features. Both elm groups are ring porous, and both American elm and hard elms have a single row of larger pores in the early wood. The single row of early wood pores is a very important diagnostic feature because it separates these 2 elm groups and the rest of the soft elms, which we'll cover in the next video. The third common feature is wavy, horizontal, or tangential late wood pore bands. Remember, this is the feature that separates elms from most other species. Now for some key differences. The early wood pores are typically larger in American elm than in the hard elms. In addition, that single row of larger early wood pores tends to be more or less continuous. An early wood pore might be missing once in a while, but nothing you would call a large gap. As for the hard elms, the early wood pores are typically smaller than those in American elm. Also, the single row of early wood pores in the hard elms is very discontinuous. That means you'll often see 1 to several early wood pores in a row followed by a gap where there is no early wood pores for a short distance. In those gaps, the wavy bands of late wood pores seem to dip down into the early wood territory near their growth ring. These differences might be challenging to recognize at first, but the more images and samples you look at, the easier it'll become to separate American elm from the hard elms. And that's all, folks. Congratulations on learning how to identify 2 out of the 3 elm groups. Now that we've finished American Elm and the Hard Elms with their single row of early wood pores, we'll dive next into the rest of the soft elms, which exhibit multiple rows of early wood pores, as well as a soft elm lookalike called hackberry. If you're interested in learning how to identify wood the scientific way, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be rolling out new videos over the next several weeks. In the meantime, if you have a wood specimen you want scientifically identified, or in-person or online training for yourself or your company, please send me an email at frank.owens@msstate.edu. This video has been brought to you by Mississippi State University Extension, taking care of what matters.